Alright, good afternoon and welcome to Mishna Yomi. Today we'll be doing Maseches Terumos Perek Beis Mishnayos Vav, Mishnah Vav, and we'll be starting Perek Gimel Mishnah Aleph. Let's get right to it. Mishnah Vav says, "V'tormin zeisei shemen shel al zeisei kevesh, v'lo zeisei kevesh al zeisei shemen. V'yein she'enu mavushal al mavushal, v'lo min mavushal al she'enu mavushal." Part of the mitzvah of Truma is the pasuk says mina chelbo. You have to do mina yafa. You have to take from the nicest portion. So it's actually also mina Torah to take from inferior produce. Zaytei kevesh are olives that are only able to be pickled, and they're not able to squeeze the oil out of them. Even if you'd want to squeeze the oil out of them, they're inferior olives. So therefore, you could take off better olives to pater them, but you can't take them to pater olives. Similarly with wine, obviously everyone who knows wine knows that the higher class wines are yayin she'enu mavushal, that are not cooked wines. If you cook a wine, it ruins its flavor. The higher end wines are not mavushal. So take off the pater your yayin she'enu mavushal. The yayin mavushal also would be aser. But there's an additional rule that's something which are not the same min, which make kilayim, right? If you breed them together in the field, it would be extra kilayim. So shtei minim, that b'diavad is not even considered truma. It's only the chadchila that's not considered truma if you Torah min hara al yafet, the bad on the good. But that's if it's one min. If it's two minim, that doesn't even take effect b'diavad. Kol she'enu kilayim mechaber Torah min yafet al hara, v'lo min hara al yafet. V'im Torah min hara al yafet, truma so truma. Like we said, it is valid truma b'diavad. Chutz min hazunin al chitim. Zunin is a type of animal fodder. Animal food is not considered food like Trumas and Maisros. Kishos is a type of gourd. There's gourds, a family of gourds. Malafon, everyone knows cucumbers. According to the Tanakama, it's considered one min. You can take off Trumas and Maisros from one on the other. Excuse me, Hamasmidim Agdolim Sham. Lil Mod, Velo Litzok. It's amazing. There's really no place available in this whole shul. One place they're cleaning the room, one place another shir is going on, and then in this, I'm in a private office over here, the rabbi, but in the adjoining room, the adjacent room over here, they have a program called Masmidim, which is very interesting. They have 12, 13-year-old kids. They come after school, because the school ends, I guess, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. They come and they learn more. Obviously, they don't do too much learning over here. They're just yelling at each other and hitting each other with branches. It always, it astounds me, like the idea of being machanech your children at such a young age. I mean, before the age of 18, when you don't make decisions, most people don't make their own decisions. To me, the idea of chinuch really is a waste of time. Let the kids do what they want, play sports. Don't try to teach them Torah. Nothing's going to go into their mind. They don't want to do it, Whatever, I don't know. That's just my opinion. You can hear the evidence, the noise in the background. These kids are supposed to be learning. They're just laughing and hollering. Rehuda says that the kishos and the malachon, they're considered gourds and cucumbers are two minim. We happen to hold like the Tanakama, not like Rabbi Yehuda, and therefore it's one min. You could take off one and the other. I don't know why a gourd and a cucumber are considered the same thing. Alright, Perek Gimel Mishnah Aleph. Atorim Kisha Nimseid Maro. Let's say you take off gourds, right? A squash, let's say, and it ends up being sometimes squash is spoiled. Abatiach Nimsa Sarua. Or you give a watermelon to a Kohen. Watermelon season here in Israel, you give it to the Kohen, and again, it's spoiled. Right? The Kohen got it, it's spoiled. Truma v'yachzor v'yitro. The halacha is that b'diavad it's truma. Right? Like we said, if you take min hara al yafet, b'diavad it is truma. It's not the best part, but you have to take off truma again. So the Gemara says the reason you take truma again is because it's like mazid, you have to take truma again if you're min hara al yafet. So here it's karov lemazid. You didn't know over here, but it's shogi karov lemazid because you should have tasted it. That's what the Gemara says in Yevamos. So taram chavish shal yaim and imtzi shal chometz. Let's say you take off a barrel of wine, you want to pater vinegar. You do a shahayis shal chometz sha'achalo tarma. If you know that the other barrel is vinegar, ain't a truma because it's two minim. If you knew, it doesn't count. If you took off truma at the time, when you took off the truma, at the time you take off the truma, it was yai in the other barrel, and then it turned into vinegar. So then it's still considered truma because at the time you took off truma, it was yayin. In safek truma v'yasv yitro. If you're not sure, at the time of taking off truma, now it's sour, now it's spoiled, now it's vinegar. But we don't know at the time he took off truma whether it was spoiled at that time, was vinegar at that time. So therefore, the suffix midorai. So you have to take off truma again, and you can make a bargain with the Kohen. You can say whichever is a smaller one, you get to keep, because motzi mechaber levaraya, he's trying to take money from you. Harishon Enman Damas Bein Chayav and Chomish V'chein Hashniya. Both of them are suffix truma. We don't know the seventh, right? The second truma you take is only because the first one might not have been truma. So they're both suffix. So therefore, it falls into pachos. It's rov. It's batal barov. Let's say it's 1 to 50. Let's say so. It's batal barov. But we paskin truma is only batal 1 in 100. Meaning rabbanon. So therefore, if less than 100, so therefore it's midamea. It makes dimua. But here it doesn't make dimua. But it's something the rabbanon the kula. It's a suffix. And also chomesh, which is a penalty, which is a mitzvah beirad on the chaver, that you give a penalty of an extra 1/5 to the kohen that you took from. You don't have to pay it because again, motzi mechel alavaraya, it's a suffix. And when it comes to beirad on the chaver, we go lakula. I hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the Mishnah.